Anyways, hello everybody. I don't know how long this video is going to be. Oh, yes, but we're going to find out. Look, because this has a very important message for you. But look, I have mood swings. Do you see that? I have mood swings. It was recently my birthday, and my beautiful niece and nephew gave these to me. Yes, I have family. And these here are my socks with my marijuana leaf. And these are my girly boy socks. And oh, a family member gave me this. A mother. I'm very lucky to have one. I'm always afraid of not having a mother. Um, because sometimes I'm not good enough and that's just the way it is. But I'm trying not to get into all the moving parts in my head that like equate to like mental illness today. So I'm out of the closet about my mood disorder. I'm out of the closet about mental illness, and I'm out of the closet about these, the marijuana leaves. And because I'm out of the closet, but I'm still at least kind of somewhat good looking. I don't know, I feel like really creepy because I've been looking for men to rescue me and save me because I don't have the self-esteem to go out there and make all the money I'm supposed to make. So a woman will love me and I can have babies and have a family. So I don't really have that going for me. Instead, I'm a homosexual. And all the I'm a homosexual. And all the Christian heterosexuals are busy telling me that God did not make me to be who I am. I know, I have like several people that have done that, and they're all fat. They're all overweight women. I says, if God did not make me to gay, then God didn't make you to have a fat ass. So can you do something about it? No, because you have a thyroid problem. So you need to give gay people a break. Anyways, I've been dealing, it's 2018, August. I've been dealing with, the birthday and everything. I was born August 6th, just a different year. I was born the same date as Lucille Ball. So, I have amazing anti-tea beverage. So today I'm going to kind of go with kind of where I'm coming from right now on the whole just not feeling worth it. And you were taught by Christians in maybe your family or my family. But I'm going to come to you to talk with you about you and to help you work through a couple of feelings. If you're not ready to work through the feelings, you can turn this video off and you can turn it on later. But I would like to blow my nose because I have, I think, a booger in it. And I'll try to do what I can with these. One moment. Okay, so what I'm going to talk with you about is a term called selfishness. Oh my, I'm gonna burn my, I'm not able to light the candle, but because of my socks. But today I'm going to talk with you about selfishness. And in preparing the talk for you, I didn't know if the word selflessness is what's going to really upset you in the title, or if the word selfishness is going to entitle you, or as a title, going to upset you. Because in human nature, we are all equally going between selfishness and selflessness. Now, there is, I'm going to say, a grayish between both of them. They're both at extremes, but you can't have one without the other. It's like, you can't have the light without the darkness kind of thing. So here we have selfishness. That is, people don't want to spend time with you. Let me zoom in on you so you can see me better. Excuse me for the apartment being a mess. Let me go ahead and try to put this up here to make it prettier. Isn't that beautiful? This was my grandma's vase. My grandmother, I'm lucky that I had a grandmother. Some people never had a grandmother. But I have a grandmother, and I'm very lucky. And I'm not here to show her off. I'm here to share her with you. This is a lesson I'm going to give you that comes straight from my grandmother. She's Armenian. But this is a rose vase that she got when she was going through her pregnancy. She had breast cancer. And, you know, in the day, she wasn't really allowed to talk about her breast cancer because if she did, it would look selfish because she was a quote-unquote Christian. So when she had her breast removed, these are the flowers, she and her husband, my grandfather, kind of probably had a couple issues they had to face because first off, that affected the sex in lieu of them being told sex is harmful and bad and shameful because you're a Christian. Somehow they say, love God, be married to Jesus, but hate sex. See, that doesn't make sense. And you're called the bride of Christ as the church, and Jesus is your groom, but you have to hate sex. So see, the Christians, they teach you things like that mind fuck you, that make you absolutely selfless, that if you desire to be loved and be held and be kissed by same gender or what have you, the Christians say that you're being selfish. And this whole selfishness teaching is that you're not being selfish, but you're believed because people are jealous of you and are threatened by your living your bliss and being free and being fabulous, that you are sinning and you are selfish because you are enjoying your life. The Christians teach you you're not to enjoy your life. And if you're raised around that, then this is the message for you. But my grandmother went through severe depression after her removing her breast. So I had a friend. I don't whitewash friendships, basically. I'm not using friends for 2 weeks and then I throw them away. I'm a friend for life. And I love the unlovely, and I'm a friend with the friendless, and I stick my head out to do things to help people, and yet I have people telling me I'm selfish because, you know, unconsciously, things happen physiologically from here to here, when from here to over there I see a man walking in and he has an amazing physique or a glam or something that seems very loving for me, and so this is what happens from me to their heart, and then physiologically something like this from here to here happens. So I don't want to break any YouTube community guidelines. Here's the incense. Can you see the smoke rising? See the little smoke rising? It's pretty. Now, some people would even say that me showing you where everything is right now and me showing you my pants is selfish. Even though these pants are from the dollar store, and I think that they, personally, I think they're pretty fabulous, if you ask me. Sorry you can't see my head gets cut off, but I'm conscious of that. So anyway, so when basically it's a culture of ongoing, where's the notes? It's a culture, pardon me, it's a culture of, it's a jealous culture of ongoing hatred for people. And people want your money. And they believe they are selfless because with their money, they do good to other people because they patronize people because they think they're better than people. And yet, if you enjoy your life and you're poor, they will say you are even jealous. And these people that have money, that want your money, are Christians. And yet they will not return your phone calls. They will judge you. They will be jealous of you. They will hate you for you being you. And these people don't have time for you. These people think they're better than you because these people have family and children, and their money is going toward responsible things, and your money goes toward you, such as what I've created here. Well, in the meanwhile, I'm busy working off of the 4-hour work week, and I don't escape anymore using pornography, drugs, shopping especially, and just all the things that we believe will require us in order to be fine with ourselves so we don't commit suicide. So, people, I'm here to encourage you. I don't know if you feel suicidal. I don't know if... I have notes all over this place. It's amazing. I mean, look over here. See all that? That's all my work. My folders, my files. Oh, up there is the Tyler Hamilton Foundation. It's my foundation to help people. Some people think I'm selfish because I put my name on my own foundation. Well, Caitlyn Jenner has her name on her foundation, and nobody says that she's jealous because everybody's kissing her ass because she's rich and everybody wants her money. But people that are not wanting me to go forward with my life, they tell me I'm selfish. And then this is just all a lot of my art on the walls and everything. So, I'm doing this because I want you to know me, because I want to establish trust from your end over here. Now, people are into the business of buying people, buying their time. I've done it all the time, many years. But some people buy people by... Oh my goodness. I knew I was going to get this phone call. I knew I was going to get this phone call. Yes, hello? Hi, how are you today? Oh, well, my crown came out of my tooth because I was eating candy, and the Christians taught me that Satan's in candy. The devil's in the candy, and it broke my teeth. Huh? Well, I couldn't resist. I had to be selfish. I had to eat my candy. So I have everybody putting me down because, you know, I eat sugar and they think I'm selfish. So anyways, because the devil's in candy. I know, it's like, that's kind of like the mental illness with the people around me. So here I am contacting my dentist again. My crown broke off because I think I did. I broke the rules, and the candy was candy canes from Christmas. Yes, we need to. Oh, I could still brush my tooth and everything. Oh, because I have an appointment at 12 o'clock that I needed to keep. Oh, at 10:30? Okay, I can do that. Okay. I know. So I can see you at 10:30? God bless you. I'll see you then. Thank you. Bye. All right, so that's what happened, everybody. Look. So I was raised with a lot of violence because when it came to sugar, that's my crown. When it came to us eating sugar and making money for a fundraiser, people in my family said that we were being selfish because the candy bars have sugar, and it's creating stress on the family because the dogs just ate the candy bars. So the children don't have, you know, $20, $40 to reimburse the full box of these candies. So we were told that the rest of the candy bars are going to be flown out of the car because Satan is in candy. So I happened to break my crown because I was selfish, because I like candy. So just a little minute thing like that in life, where somebody is telling you that because you have a sweet tooth or you eat sugar and it causes stress on other people because the dogs ate the candy bars or the crown came out of your mouth, that you are being selfish, when really you have like self-esteem like to right here, okay? Like absolutely no self-esteem, and people are telling you that you are selfish and it makes you want to commit suicide because all you want is for them to spend time with you, but with their money, they're busy masturbating people's egos and getting money hard-ons, and you're being ignored as a friend or a family member or something, or a Christian. So because you're not being fake as a man, and you have courage and valor in an all-male energy or synergy, or however you want to say it, with strange rites of passage rituals, you know, you can try to not be selfish, but any rituals that you do is on behalf of your own self-satisfaction, your own prosperity, or what have you, and good luck, they say, with God. In this case, with the devil, with candy, and all the things in the world. So there's this, you know, mental illness be raised around this really weird religion, and then Christians dissing you because you're being yourself, but yet they tell you that you're being selfish because you like sugar. Like, and you're never really able to live your life, because these global affairs and world democracy requires you to design and create things. For my situation, it's original costume, wardrobe, attire, and jewelry designs, and that do not miss a beat. But I think that all this stuff is creating post-traumatic stress for people, and it's about a power imbalance. People are telling you not to brush your teeth, because if you brush your teeth and you want good hygiene, you're being selfish. If you eat food because you're hungry, you're being selfish. If you're born through your mother and you just come out of your mother and you're scared and you're shocked and you start crying because you need to be held because you're not used to oxygen, and someone says you're being selfish when you're born, when you're crying, just because you know you haven't made the adjustments. Some of the Christians that I know, even in my family, they will tell me that this is the truth, and it has caused me to many times feel very suicidal, and then, because if I feel suicidal, that must really mean I'm selfish. Well, sometimes, you know, if you have all these pressures because you're not perfect enough and everybody's jealous of you, then they tell you you're selfish and you want to kill yourself, and you have low self-esteem, you know, because you want to weigh out, and then they still tell you you're selfish, you know, but yet they don't love you, but yet they don't put their arms around you, they don't return your phone calls, nothing like that. So what you might get yourself into is the habit of buying people's friendships, because people are very sick and you have this impending doom and gloom, and you're not allowed to recognize your potential. If you recognize your potential, it means that you're selfish. That's what these Christians want to teach you. They want to keep you poor. They want to keep you volunteering at the potlucks. They will not give you acceptance if your child is lesbian or gay. They tell you not to be gay. They tell you that your children are selfish, when today is your child's day to be able to live and not be aborted. But yet the Republican Christians that are against abortions are telling you how horrible your child is that you gave birth to because your child is gay. If you can't make sense out of that, then you need to rewind what I just wrote, or what I just stated, because I don't know how I could repeat what I just explained to you. So what we have is a power imbalance. We have people that need social alchemy project access management, social alchemy projects, such as right here, to change these problems and really stand up with a gender marker. Transgender, male, female, freak. But more importantly, instead of saying LGBT as a soft hit, people don't want to hear the word homosexual. So we want a men's homosexual world coalition for non-abusive human rights for the nations and helping men not be sick. That's really what we want, because the money hard-ons, the affairs, the sex, the power, the cock, the Donald J. Trump grabbing women's pussies, not apologizing for the sexual assault because he's a celebrity, and then also hiring prostitutes. but yet you're not allowed to be who you are that God made you to be. You're not allowed to be tatted up with tattoos. You're not allowed to smoke cigarettes. You're not allowed to have an opinion even though you want to be a servant leader, because maybe people don't have the freedom you have because you are retarded, disabled, you're the nation's, the capital's, the country's parasite whore because you're disabled, you have law violations, you're very aware of people in compromising situations when it comes to the abuse, the extortion of money. You want to be an actor, a writer, a director. People are telling you that you being gay is making you selfish, and you're not allowed to be live to the highest potential like Elton John. And you're not even coked up with cocaine. So, you know, where is the Office of Social Affairs to help keep people like you protected? Well, it is like a sex cult. If straight people are telling you you have to be straight, and gays are not loved by God, and God hates fags, Warboro Baptist, and the God of these Christians is a racist God, and the American Man-Boy Love Association with pedophiles is trying to pay you a lot of money because you're young and you're cute. What do? Well, you start with knowing you don't have to look into the streets for love. We're getting really honest. These are principles that Christians think that they're too good to hear because they're busy living the white puritanical, early pioneer, white hysterical Christian that started this country in the first place. They're called pilgrims. And now they're calling them patriots, and yet they're telling LGBT that you cannot serve in the military because the transgenders are selfish for putting on lipstick. Okay, so see, this is like a really interesting culture of Christians that are putting limits on creativity, trying to put handcuffs on your eyes or slap your hands or be the karma police or what have you, and squeeze you of any self-confidence, and then they walk away with their money, rejecting you, and they go to somebody that needs them and their money, and the person that needs them gives them now this money hard-on. Well, isn't that selfish? So the question is not about we need to stop judging one another. I think we need to judge one another on semantics and the language we use to control people. It's not about being, you may have heard this, brutally honest. It's like a term they say, oh, you're being brutally honest. It's not about being brutally honest, people. It's about being remarkably honest. This is the fan. It's about being remarkably honest. And, you know, private or not private, billionaire, what have you, reassessing your life and dealing with your life in the most creative ways is really important. That's the way I have found that people like you are not going to go commit suicide. You know, people, you need a freak bar, you know, and, you know, what public domain and interest is for you in your political participation, and you reshaping gender and what people say is selfish and not selfish. And when you do that and you look at the inferences that are out there, and you're making parallel distinctions, parallel inquiry that other people are making right now, and you're asking challenging questions, and people don't want to, they don't want to learn that they can apologize. People that think that they're better than people and perfect by suppressing them. Okay, Church of Scientology is famous on this. But you might not want to go there. But the suppressing of people down like this and telling them that they cannot have self-esteem or they are selfish is really an injustice to humanity. Now, I'm going to read this, and I'm going to leave it the way it is. But I just wanted to put this by you because people sitting there with money think that their shit does not stink. They think they're really prestigious, and they think they're really blessed, when we both know that money cannot buy class. So my crown came off because I was eating candy. So Satan is in candy. So I was selfish. See, do you know how mentally ill that sounds? People are taught like that. So people, if you're being taught like that, where people are trying to control you, and they're Christians, and they're telling you that you're not worthy of being loved by them because they don't know how to love, this can make you feel very suicidal and hate yourself because of the religious cults, because of the religious abuse, and because of the money hard-ons the pastors get. You really do not need to be reminded to not be selfish, though. It makes you feel that you are not allowed to eat and make a future for yourself by earning your own money for you in order to protect yourself from being homeless. But you are not allowed to live yourself, because when you live yourself, you are offending people who are jealous, who have low self-esteem, who are as sick as the Christians are that are trying to make you sick. Do you see? It's like a nasty game that everybody's playing. You just have to step away from it, divorce yourself from it, and look at how sick it all is. People telling you not to be selfish when you're not selfish makes you want to die and be a cutter, like our emos and our students, since it would be better for you to just kill yourself, so you think in your mind. And the energy around you that surrounds you is not affectionate to you for you being you and living your bliss. You are made to live, and it is your life, however. But when you do it, and you do it with a pure heart, people will try to control you, and they will try to get your money. So you don't need people to teach you to not be selfish in the name of Jesus. I mean, in this context where the teachings of selfishness has gone too far, where it's all mental illness from people. But you are to have the confidence to make your money off of people so you can one day buy a house. But when you do that, people are jealous. So people that don't know how to be fabulous or live up to the wonderful life that Los Angeles brings, they tell you that you're being selfish. So somehow, because they're older than you or they have more money than you, you now assume that you don't have the rights and you don't have the future that can change based on your mind and learning to responsibly make clean money, honest money, and not lie to the IRS so that one day you can buy your house. See, the people that are trying to run the show, they do it by stamping Jesus' name on it. And that sounds kind of selfish, doesn't it? But yet they're the ones that don't want you to live your life in the month that you were born because you're selfish. People telling you not to be selfish makes you judge yourself for the fears of now being here on earth just as a human being using oxygen. Telling people that they're not to be selfish, but you don't spend time with them and you don't return their phone calls, is not allowing love as the replacement when one is no longer selfish and they're selfless. How is a person putting love into your life properly? You are also being told that you are not allowed to be loved for the person that you are because you are born and you are selfish. You are selfish for being on earth. This is what Christians will teach. This is what the Baptists will teach. This is what the Catholics have been known to teach. This is what Christians, Church of Christ will try to teach. You are nothing. You are trash. Some people say the Scientologists teach this. You are worthless. You are to clean these toilets. So you are here on earth to live your life because you are yourself, and you must be full of yourself in love and joy of living your bliss, and looking at people that don't have the same situation you have and not showing off, but giving them out of what you have and out of what you need and sticking out your head. But because somebody says that you are gay, you are therefore selfish, even though you are in the service of helping other people. These high standards that people have to make people selfless, actually self-humiliated, and to be self-destructive, gets people loaded on crystal meth. So we do not need to put standards of Jesus on people, because Jesus was the only one that died, and we need to get people off of the cross because we need wood for the fire. You are allowed to make money. You are allowed to be rich. You are allowed to travel and have children. You're allowed to even be a breeder. I'm not saying you're selfish, but because somebody is gay and you have all this workings of the American quote-unquote nightmare dream, you are being told that you are selfish, or you as a gay person are told that you are selfish, and people that have more are telling you you're selfish because you're living and you're doing something in your life that they have nothing that they've done to create that type of soul within themselves. People tell people they're jealous because people are jealous of people when people are not even being jealous. People don't need to be reminded to not be selfish if they're singers and they're creators and designers. People that tell you that you are junk and God makes junk is because they want to ignore you and they don't want to spend time with you. Now, they leave you with you thinking that you have been selfish and you are lesser than. Now, this is just not the way of the Lord. That's not Jesus. And, you know, I look very mentally ill right now. I look very shock rock. But I'm trying to give you my life without killing myself. I am trying to give you my life for free without making money off of you by not being homeless. I am trying to tell you that we are lonely these days, and it is the future of misery and demise and being ignored and being told that God made you to be junk because you are selfish. You know, we live in a physical world. You don't get off by saying you are not your physical body. Some of these divine alchemist teachings are telling you you're not your body. You are your body. Your mind, body, soul, and spirit, all in sophisticated unification, in unity, to unite, to ignite, to change the world, and let the world impact you. You are not anybody's hero more than they are your hero. You don't need to be doing nice things to other people because you're better than them and you're patronizing them and you're condescending and you're telling them that they are selfish because they don't have the money to give to you that you give to them, so you tell them they're being selfish. Well, you know what? That's just divisiveness, isn't it? That's actually being divisive. And, you know, I'm just tired of hating myself. And if you hate your life, most of you out there do. Let's not put on the Chanel lipstick and make people think you don't hate your life. You know, it's time to love our lives and to let our lives be filled with ourselves, with mind, body, soul, spirit. And that includes your shamed sexuality, Christians. It includes everything. It includes psychology. And people, we are a selfish generation. But when you start judging people and telling people they're selfish, make sure you have yourself in check. And if you know that you are crying over the issue that you're not getting met from them, you haven't met it in yourself. And you're trying to meet it with people and help people when you haven't helped yourself. And so if you would just close your eyes on seeing people as selfish people and acknowledge that you're allowed to live your life. You're allowed to be happy. You're allowed to be loved and love and be loved by the same gender. And people are going to reject you for that message because they're fat, they have overweight issues, they have ugly faces, they have all these things that make them feel like you are selfish because, you know, you have a better Adam's apple than other people. I mean, people will be jealous over things like that, and they will actually cut you off over stupid things like that. They're not even about your money or your character. So people, please live your bliss. Don't throw yourself away. You know, if you have, you know, mood disorders, let people know about it. I have mood disorders. I have mood swings. I mean, let your song come from out of your heart. And if you're standing fabulous with Hooker Hills and the Christians say you're selfish and you're going to hell, it doesn't work that way. It works on creativity and living in the bliss of the divine physical and the divine spirit. And so, people, if you like candy, it does not mean you're selfish. Okay, if you broke your crown on your tooth because you ate candy, because you couldn't help yourself, it doesn't mean you're selfish and you have to commit suicide now because you don't have the money to pay for the crown. See, the haves and have-nots, and getting the needs met on just basic being accepted and being loved is something that most people suffer from. They're busy paying their rent, they're busy paying for food, they're busy paying for toothpaste, they're busy paying for socks and things to keep them warm. And yet they leave the most basic things out, and that is to love the unlovely, to be friends of the friendless. You know, and if you can teach that, and if you can give to people out of what you need and out of what you don't have, and you can stick your head out to help people, and you happen to masturbate by cause of needing health and clearing out your energy, you know, it doesn't mean you're selfish. It doesn't mean Jesus hates you now. And the Christians are very big on that. If you do one sin, they throw you out of heaven in their mind because that's how self-critical they are. That's how self-judgmental they are. So when you're judging, be careful of how you're judging. When you're feeling selfish, or you know you're selfish, or you're selfless and you need love, and you know people are being selfish, and you feel like committing suicide, love yourself through that. My goodness. Yeah. I mean, be careful. Be willing to do an honest inventory of yourself. You know, and say, well, wait, am I really being selfish, or am I just desperate for somebody that will spend time with me and love on me? What is the prejudice out there against people that live their bliss? Is that people were not taught to live their bliss. So they will cut you at the knees, and they will cut off your wings, and they will throw you underneath the train. They will be a family wrecker. They will corrupt your parents. They will corrupt your future and make you feel like you're only worth more than just being a porn star. Let's be really honest about it, ladies and gentlemen. It's the pornographic, predatory, perpetrator, pedophilic society of jealous culture of ongoing hate. And they do all of this in the name of still having faith on Jesus, but yet, as hypocrites, they won't let you live your bliss because they think when they lived their bliss and made their mistakes, they made sin, and so they hate you for you being pure in heart. That's how the whole social dissonance works. And I want you to take a very radical look at that and just question what's going on in your head. What's the mental illness? Does it derive from Christians telling you you're not meeting the standard? Does it come from Christians telling you you're never good enough? You're helpless. You're born deceptively wicked. Who could know you? And your heart is deceptively wicked. You're born with original sin. You know what? Wait a minute. Cancel all that, everybody. Cancel it. You're born to be noble. You're born already noble. So when you're born in the hospital and you're crying and somebody says you're crying because you're being selfish, that's people not letting you be human. They want you to be superhuman. They want you to not be the human Jesus. They want you to be the metaphysical Jesus. And they want you to do what the Christians do and turn your cheek, and then turn your cheek 20 more times, and then bend over and take it up with HIV and AIDS. Let's just be very honest. We're not breaking any YouTube community guidelines. We're letting you know that people are not perfect. But if you have the maturity, and if you have the unconditional love to open up your heart no matter the hell that you're in, and you're throwing yourself into it, and you have no other choice but to go through it and wait till the waves turn over tide, you know, and you love people, you are allowed to love yourself. You are allowed to be yourself and to be full of the self of appreciating your life. And Christians want you to think that's being selfish, because they think that you have to turn the other cheek and be a Christian. They want you to do what the Christian does, turn the other cheek, while they keep rejecting you for your humanity, and they won't accept you. And they tell you that you're selfish. They want you to be undermined. They want you to be autistic. They want you to be Asperger's syndrome, I don't know what, Down syndrome, retarded, mentally ill, bipolar, disabled. They want you in the dark. They want you shut out, because you are living with a pure heart and enjoying your life and sharing your life with people. People are jealous of that. That's why Jesus was put on the cross. Listen, somebody got it right and they put him on the cross. And to this day, Jewish people collectively do not take responsibility and own that, because they're busy still upset about what Hitler did to them, when the Jews actually accounted for much of the persecution, if not all of the crucifixion, that is, and the torture of Christ. So even if you're Jewish, I don't care. You could be of any ethnicity, any socioeconomics, and you have to understand that you have to live your bliss. God made you to be who you are. God did not make you to be afraid of people that are Christians. God did not make you to accept their self-hatred onto you by projecting hate onto you. You don't have to live like that. You can be happy. You can thrive. You can be productive. You can rest. You can take it easy. You could kick back and love on yourself. You don't have to hate yourself. Feel your heart and the rage and the anger, and feel your mental fuck and your clusterfuck, your claustrophobia and all this jazz going on. And just say, you know what, wait, whoa. I don't have to produce today. I have nothing to prove. I accept this very moment. I accept the sacred of everything I've been given in the physical world to be a thriving spirit in a physical reality of divine social alchemy, not divine psychic spirit energy, and discounting gay people that need your love and need you to accept them because they're scared, because they don't have a mother, they don't have a father, they don't have grandparents, they don't have a niece and nephew, they don't have what I have. Not that I even have it, half of the time I'm feeling like Satan's going to take it away from me and God's going to take it away from me because I have to hate my life because I'm ignored by Christians for being gay. And that completely mind-fucked me on the way I view myself in my family. As an executor, as a patriarch, I haven't been, like you, given that area of development. You know, it's 2018. Men do not know how to be men. They're little boys. And they're scared to deal with their mistakes. They're scared to see that they have made a lot of mistakes. And at the end of it, of them facing themselves, they know they can't love themselves and they will commit suicide. This is the way people think. Our celebrities are doing it. It's on YouTube. It's on CNN. It's all over the news. This is the message that you're getting, that you are to hate your life because you are American, or you don't have what Americans have. So you are not to love what you have created with your hands. You are not to respect the things that you bought with your money, but just throw them out like junk because you're tired and you're moving to the next thing because you haven't been able to be grateful. And so you're telling people they're selfish because they're not playing out your Instagram and your narcissistic Facebook and your selfies culture. So let's be really cognizant of the lies that have been given to us and how we need to unlearn what we learned. And we need to learn how to relearn, how to think based on life experiences. So if we all could take something away from this talk, it's that you are allowed to be selfish. You're allowed to be selfless. You're allowed to judge and to judge yourself because people judged you first and told you that you are selfish just for breathing. And so now you are a sex addict and you can't control yourself. And now you're told that you're going to hell by the Christians. Rewind. You are socialized by Christians to not accept yourself for breathing to begin with. They told you that you're to be born, that they're against abortion, but yet they put you through this whole gauntlet called cruelty, called torture, and terrorizing you for your entire life, but yet they wouldn't abort you because they're Christians. They want to put you through the hell that they are going through. They do not want to teach you to love. They don't want to teach you to go to university, honestly. They don't want to teach you to be better and be all that you can be for the army unless you shed your blood and you die to prove you're selfless. People, you don't have to shed blood. You don't have to own guns. You don't have to hate people. You don't have to tell people they're selfish because they're not giving you their money. You don't have to bow down to the money hard-ons. You don't have to bow down to a money system that separates people, okay? That makes you think you're better than people, and when somebody has a better Adam's apple or they're gay, and you never allowed yourself to be gay, you're now telling them they're selfish and they go commit suicide. Whatever side of the fence that you are on, people, number one, learn to accept that you still have a lot of learning on what love is for your heart that's not opened up yet. That's still closed up because of shadows of prejudice. How do you create your alchemy, your alchemist? How do you self-govern yourself as a self-alchemist, okay? That's what we're here for with you. It's your social alchemy project. It is your self-governing. It is about your consciousness and your being able to love the unlovely in yourself and to be friends of the friendless of yourself when people made you out to be an enemy because you might be gay, or you might be poor, or you might be black and you came out of prison. How can we create this energy center? How can we create the alchemy and the new ways to say, I need love. And to love yourself and be a light and be a healer. That has nothing to do with being selfish. It has nothing to do with me hating myself and being thrown out by people because of my mental illness. It has everything to do with love-centered self-perception. Love-centered self-perception. That's exactly what we're talking about. Let me write that down. Love-centered self-perception of and on and about self. You are allowed to live. You are allowed to be fabulous. And you are allowed to have a love-centered self-perception of and on and about the self. I love all of you on this planet Earth, everywhere in this world, and I will take a bullet for you. Because my love in myself before you even met me, years before you even knew me, has made me transcendent, has kept me thriving for eternity. I will take the bullets if it means you want me to be your Jesus. I'd like to see you murder me. I'd like to see you terrorize me. I would like to see you threaten me because I am learning to love myself and you think I'm being selfish. I would like to see how far you're going to get in an American criminal justice system with the best justice system in the entire world. I'd like to see if you are going to be that much of a selfish person. Let's give each other a break and love ourselves for the betterment of recognizing the highest potential of self-worth. That is not a sin, whether you're gay or straight. One more thing. St. Mark's Episcopal Church in Los Angeles. It's very famous. This is what they say, and I'm going to say this to you. Welcome to Social Alchemy Project Access Management. I'm not making any money off of this. I'm just putting this out there because it's your welcome into my life and my heart. Whether young or old, straight or gay, female or male, homeless or housed, you are welcome here. Whatever the color of your skin, and I'm going to add even the social injustices against you because of stigmatization and stereotypes, and or your cultural heritage, you are welcome here. Whether you have never been in church before today, and you're not into institutions and being controlled and giving your money and your tithe, you are welcome here with no money in your pocket. I'm adding to this. If you attend church regularly for free coffee and donuts and free food, you are welcome here. As a matter of course, you are welcome here as your home. When you are in need, I'm adding to this, and desperate and have no friends that will spend time with you, you are welcomed here because you have welcomed me or us as Social Alchemy Project Access Management into your corner. You are welcome here, right here and now, because Christ welcomes you, and therefore so do we. I love you. Have an adventurous life and see what's in store for you and your love for yourself and the people that you bless. Don't hate yourself. all the time. Give yourself a break and love yourself with your perception.